Back in the saddle, looking for a little affection. Oh, this is Tim's New York Giants Straight Talk, brought to you by the mighty FanDuel. It's FanDuel.com, the number one sportsbook in America. We're back for day dos. ¿Dónde está el baño, por favor? That's for our Spanish-speaking fellows and gals. Oh, the New York Football Giants, after that move to get both Big Francis and Arvell Reese. Having Arvell Reese drop down, we've said it before, the football gods literally said,
"You shall select Arvell Reese."
And we did. Going into day 2, we had a long stream this morning, which was a really good stream. It was a really tight stream. It was really good. We got into a lot of topics of conversation. We see Mike Leo, of course, in the chat, Mr. Greg, Mr. Spano, Mr. The Skyline, AJ coming in up with the rumors, saying, what is AJ saying the rumors are? AJ says, rumors everywhere. Will the Giants trade up? Will they trade down? Will they trade Kayvon? Man, my head is spinning. Yeah, I hear you. My thing is this, and I keep saying this over and over again, I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust that we went out and paid $20 million a year for a head coach. We now have our head coach reporting directly to the owner, which has gone against all conventional wisdom, going back to the venerable George Young. And we're sitting here right now. I'm going to make sure we get everything in today. We're sitting here right now waiting. 7:00 is the start of the draft. I have the draft stream on over here, of course. I have the live draft stream. Here we go. We'll check out the live draft stream if we can.
Help secure their future. All right, thanks very much. Let's take a look at your best available, Daniel.
Best available.
And we look on the screen. We see
McCoy for Tennessee is a guy that you look at, and same with Hood. I like the fact that Denzel Boston is still around. I think that is that would be an interesting selection if the Giants do decide to go wide receiver. I'm not sure if there's going to be a run on defensive tackles early in the draft, but we're going to just have to kind of wait and see. I would be curious if there was a run on defensive tackles. I don't see it. I don't believe it's going to happen. But if that's not the case, and you have Caden McDonald, like I said, I'm still partial to Lee Hunter. I still think Lee is the guy at 37. Boy, it looks like a beautiful day over in Pittsburgh. The sun is shining. People are asking, is the link the same for yesterday? No, I haven't even put out the link yet. We had the lawn guys here today, so that's a task in itself. That's a Herculean task in itself. So I haven't even looked at the link yet. But the question's going to be interesting. You went offense, you went defense, you went offense. Where do you go now? Where do you go, my lovely? Do you head back down that primrose path and go look at that defensive player? Because you truly do need a defensive tackle. That's not a quandary. You need a defensive tackle. Do you take a look at this draft and you say, you know what, fuck that. I'm going to go wide receiver. Even after the comments made by Malik Neighbors, which I don't believe. I love it. Carl Banks is saying Lee at 37, Lee Hunter. That would be epic. I'm going to tell Carl Banks right on Twitter. Would love it. Love it. That would be epic. That would make them. Lee Hunter would make the most sense. And a lot of times it comes down to dollars and cents during these drafts. But we got to kind of wait and see. We got to kind of wait and see which way we go. I'm very curious. I'm very, who's Larry Wilson? I don't know who Larry Wilson even is. Hello, Larry Wilson. I'm doing good. Thank you for checking in on Twitter. Please don't be a bust. I keep seeing these things about Arvell Reese and Francis being a bust. I keep seeing this garbage that, we just redrafted 22. Oh my God, the sky is falling. There are too many people with too much free time in their hands that don't know sports. And to think that you redraft, I don't even want to get into it because it kind of hurts my head a little. But to literally think you redrafted 22, that makes zero sense. Kayvon Thibodeau is not Arvell Reese. Kayvon Thibodeau is a defensive end. It was never a linebacker. I said that when he came into Oregon. Big Evan Neal, in my mind, was never a guy that should have been taken at the spot he was taken at. I wanted a linebacker. I wanted a true linebacker. While there's similar traits to to Big Francis and our old friend Evan Neal, the only trait that I see is the fact that potentially you're moving him to a different spot. The only thing I don't like about the Big Francis pick is this. They always say in the NFL, you don't take a guy to move him. You don't take a guy to move his spot. You don't take a guy to move him positionally. But if you go into this draft thinking, and we heard the talk about Spencer Fano, and Spencer Fano, two of the scouts that we had on, said they would move him to the interior. They would move him to guard. You already have an all-world left tackle. You already paid Jermaine Illumino for 2 more seasons, and he's been productive for 2 seasons at the right tackle position. John Runyon is serviceable. JMS is just JMS. So the only person you really needed to fulfill was sitting in that other position, in that other right guard position. And you got a guy that, if you look at his strengths in Big Francis, it should be playing in the interior. And certain segments of the Giant fan base and certain content creators and people on the very toxic spaces wanted him, Big Francis, at some point in time at 5. But he falls down to 10 and you complain? I love it. Someone put on YouTube today, which killed me. You're like, finally, I found a positive Giant content creator. I got to admit, I had to fucking look around. I was like, is he talking about me? Because I guess there's a lot of negativity with these picks. Negativity, and when you're paying, I'm going to say this again slowly for certain people. You are paying Harbaugh $20 million a year for 5 years to make football decisions. He made smart, quality football decisions, and people are upset. I'm a little perplexed by that. I'm just going to say it. I'm with Carl Banks. Let's just go get Lee Hunter. Good evening, Tim, says the big Joe Spano. Greg says, I don't mind trading down so we can get into the 3rd round. But what are you going to trade? You're going to have to trade. What assets do we have to trade to get back into the 3rd round? Multiple 6-rounders? Are we going to pull a Sonny Weaver and trade all of our 2s for a 1? No, nobody's going to take 3 6s for a 2. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Nobody's going to do that. You're going to package your 3rd. You're going to package your 4th and 2 6s to move up into the 3rd. Logistically, it doesn't make sense. Yes, it sucks not to have the 3rd rounder, but not having the 3rd rounder is not the end of the world if you make the 37th pick count. And I think the Giants will make the 37th pick count. Mike Lee, I'm not talking to you because you're going to Japan. I'm not talking to you. John said he's keeping Kayvon last. Like, yeah, I saw that, and I said the same thing, and I've been saying the same thing for days. I'm not trading Kayvon Thibodeau. Against popular opinions and popular belief, I'm not trading him. I'm going to make this simple. I'm keeping Kayvon Thibodeau. Why? Because I am creating a NASCAR Plus. I'm going to call up Perry Fuel and say, Perry, come talk to me, brother. Come talk to me. You had O.C. Umenyiora. You had Matthias Kiwanuka. You had JPP. You had Chris Canty. You had all these guys. You had the guys. You had Rocky Bernard. You had all these guys for your NASCAR Plus. Now, your NASCAR. My NASCAR Plus, I'm parking Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns on the outside. I'm putting Darius Alexander in the middle. I'm hovering over with Abdul Carter over center. And I'm blitzing Arvell Reese from the linebacker position. We've said it before. We are flooding the pattern. We are going to make them try to figure out whom they're going to block. And the problem is this. You are going to leave one person open.
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
And when the pattern is full, what do? It takes pressure off our secondary. Big Greg says, I saw Francis meet Dart. Good Lord. He dwarfs him. He does. Skyline, defensive tackle, I'm with you there. Go get a wide receiver now. Easier to get a defensive tackle in the 4th or 5th than it is a good wide receiver. The problem is this about that, and I don't disagree to that to a point. I think there are 2 guys, defensive tackles, that have first-round grades, low first-round grades that are still sitting there, and Caden McDonald and Lee Hunter. I think Corleone is more of a 3rd-round guy, 4th-round guy. I think he's more of a 3rd-round guy. Corleone's projected late 2nd. But to me, Lee Hunter and Caden McDonald are low, I think in my mind, were low 1st-round picks. And I was kind of shocked that Peter Woods went off the board first. If we got Caden McDonald, the kid's 6'2", 326 pounds, you hit an unmovable object. It also doesn't hurt tremendously that he's played with Arvell Reese. that doesn't hurt. You bring him in. I loved it before. Someone I know who I respect called him a human roadblock. He said the centers in this league are not going to move this man. He has the type of strength you can't teach. I always tell people, and like I said, I don't know if he's going to be there for the Giants, but if Caden McDonald is there, you know what you need to do if you have a moment? Watch the Texas game. Watch how many times this motherfucker threw the guard around like a rag doll. And we've said it before. He is big enough and strong enough. He would have anchored the Titanic. And that's, of course, we're talking about Caden McDonald. He would have anchored the motherfucking Titanic. He's nasty. I love it because, again, they complain about his short arms. He got short arms. The other things that they say about him is that he runs hot and cold. That his motor is not always there. That he's cold, he's hot and cold on passing downs. I don't need him on passing downs. I have Darius Alexander for passing downs. I have Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Arvell Reese, and Darius Alexander on passing downs. I need an unmovable object weighted in that center position, in the center of that field, lined up between the guard and the center. I need an unmovable object that will allow Tremaine Edmonds and Arvell Reese as my middle linebackers to patrol the backfield, to find the openings, to cut through, not to get lost in the sauce. We've talked about that a million times. To flow to the ball carrier, to have the feng shui and flow to the ball carrier. That's what we want. Mike Lee says, I think that will go DT. Keep strengthening the trenches, because that's him. Tim asking for a bathroom in Spanish is priceless. ¿Qué hora es? You know what's priceless? I have a new co-host. I didn't want to bring this up today. I actually went out and got a new co-host today. And I would like to bring him in and introduce him. He's right around the corner over here. He seems to be bouncing up and down, but he's very excited to come on the show. Here he is right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the venerable Adam West. Tim is great. What a guy. Well, thank you, Adam West. Pretty freaky, right? Look. Which one's the dummy? This is for one of my mannequins downstairs. I could be Adam West now. Great Scott, Commissioner Gordon. This is going to be just so much fun. I'm going to put I got a mannequin, and I have a full Batman costume. So, of course, Adam West is going to the bar. Adam West is going to the bar with the Bigfoot and the bartender. It's a little weird. I know, but it's okay. Don't be scared. Oh, the draft is in dos momentos. I'm so excited. New York State of Mind says they don't know football. That's it. That's all. It's maddening. It's not Madden. It is maddening, and it's not Madden. You're right. It's crazy. It is crazy. It is insane. It's like Crazy Eddie before Crazy Eddie before he went to jail. If it's McNeil Warren at 37, I would say yes. I don't know about McNeil Warren at 37. I would have to think about that. I'm probably going to say no. I'm going to give a no. I'm not going to give a hard no, but I'm going to give a no. Michael says, Tim, great show as always. Thank you. One of the guests last night was mad that the Giants picked an offensive lineman in the first round. Does he know football? I don't remember who was mad yesterday about it. I know Big Blue for Life loved it. I think Dom Juan loved it. James was just mad in general. James was just mad because we all know why James Williams was mad yesterday. The freaking Knicks, man, makes me want to pull my hair out. They lost. Hold on, goes. I can't believe it. What's going on with New York Knicks? So we all know why James was upset. Just another day, man. Just another. It's just another name. Just another day. Big T-Brad says we are getting a wide receiver or a corner. Chat Sports sucks. Yeah, we all know that. That's why we call them Chode Sports. I always love when people go, don't you think you should be nice to everyone? No. Not everyone's nice to everyone. And they're stupid. So I'm gonna go no with that. What's up, Big Charlie? Charlie's in his house. Mark Hernandez, good evening, Tim. Let's go, G-Men. Who do you think we take? I hope we take Lee Hunter. The pick's going to be in short. I mean, they got to be on the clock already. I think they're already on the clock. Let's see if they're already on the clock here. Now, let's see here. Rounds number 2 and 3. All right, we got rounds number 2 and 3 coming up here. All right, here on Online Big Blue Sports. Make sure you. What's up, Patrick? Go Giants. Rumor: Giants and the Saints have a serious talk about trading Kayvon Thibodeau. The situation will need to be monitored. NFLDraft.com. I can't do it. I can't. Unless it is for a third round pick, but I don't think you're getting a third round pick for it. Phil Banks says team sucks at everything except for the edge rushers. So they draft an edge rusher and a guard. What the fuck? Well, Phil, I'm going to explain it to you real easy. Arvell Reese is not an edge rusher. Take your mind off the stupidity that you've probably watched for hours on end called other content creators. Clear that. Flush your brain. Arvell Reese is going to be moved to middle linebacker. He is not is the pick already in, or is he just walking around? Oh, let's no, I think the commissioner is just kicking off the I think he's just kicking off the second round. What happened? Baby, turned off the light. She turned off the light. There we go.
Okay, welcome.
There you see, here we go. Welcome.
Of the 2026 NFL Draft. Last night, in front of more than 320,000 fans. Right here.
I just like playing that sound. Gets me jazzed. Joe says, I noticed Tim has the Pillsbury Doughboy on the shelf. Love it. He's my personal trainer. We got a lot of guys on the shelf. Omega Supreme says, are we confident in our secondary? No, not confident at all. Oh, but I was getting to Phil. Phil, flush all the garbage you have ever heard about Arvell Reese, because everyone that told you this is stupid. Arvell Reese is an anchor. Yes, he's only had one season, but he is a sideline-to-sideline player with legitimate closing speed who pushes and bursts on the ball carrier. He is a downhill tackler. He tackles with authority. He missed 4 tackles in all of 2025. He's got the power at the point of attack. He can pick up we've seen him pick up 300-pound offensive linemen and push them backwards. He's got what they refer to in my mind as true positional value. You can line him up off the ball. You can line him up over the A-gap. You can rush him off the edge. He is what people thought Abdul Carter was going to be. He's got the long arms, the high production. The only thing that works against him at times is his over aggressiveness, but that's okay. We're gonna work that. We're gonna work that with him. Coverage skills, we don't know fully about his coverage skills because he is such a good athlete. And Sonny Styles, of course, was a former safety, but his coverage skills, we don't know yet because he wasn't really asked to cover because you got Sonny Styles playing next to you. Phil, just blank it all out, Phil. Just do a flush. And then you're going to like the picks. You took the best offensive lineman, which certain people had ranked as high as 5 on their big boards, at 10. And certain content creators and giant people wanted him at 5. Thought he was a good pick at 5, but then got all pussy whipped and said, "Oh no, we can't have him. We can't pick him at 10. You just wanted him at fucking 5." And you're not going to draft a player to prevent another team from getting a player. That is what they refer to as stupid. And that's not smart football. That's Joe Schoen football. Mike Lee says Reese is not an edge rusher, so you're upset we plugged the hole. You're upset that when they plugged the one hole in the offensive line. I love people that are upset about it. We plugged one hole in the offensive line. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, chat sport does suck. That's why we call them chode sports, because they really fucking know nothing. Excellent. Okay, here we go. DB or D-line, no need to get a mid-wide receiver this high. I agree. I truly don't disagree with you on that one. Michael says, great show. We already got to the great show. Joe says, sometimes you can't talk until you are blue in the face and they don't listen. No, they still don't listen. Kayvon sucks. I know Kayvon sucks. But Kayvon's value right now is so fucking low. What are you going to get, a 5th rounder, 6th rounder for him? If you're lucky. He's on a 1-year deal and is an unrestricted free agent. Do you think teams are lining up to beat down the door for Kayvon Thibodeau? Use what you have. Create mismatches. Use these guys in a rotational basis like you should have used Abdul Carter last year. I already said you overplayed Abdul Carter. If you would have played him in 55, 60% of the snaps and used him in packages that were conducive to his strengths, he could have had 10 and a half sacks. I've said that. I said that before we even drafted him. But I also said that he's got bust written all over him. So it's I feel like we go get saved. I can't take it. There are no safeties right now that I would take at 37. I'm trying to see, is there any safety that I would take, a true safety that I would take at 37? I'm not that in love with Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo. Yeah, I know there's a guy from Toledo that just came out a couple of years ago that's stellar, but I'm not in love because that competition level at Toledo, you're not looking like you're, and also you got a guy that's playing safety that's 201 pounds, and he actually plays lighter than that. And I also don't like safeties that are too big. I don't like 6'4" safeties. And when your most productive games are against Western Michigan and Western Kentucky, yeah, I have to think twice about it before I jump on that at 37.
That's what she said.
Big Greg said should have gone and got a guard from Penn State. No, we're fine. We're fine. EJ, the best defense is a good offense, and I'm going to start offending people right now. James T. Kirk. That's me. I offend everybody, and I don't care. But I love the guy that said, finally, a content creator who's not negative. I wish I had awesome Twitter posts because that one was awesome. People are upset that the positive money train has dried up. I don't disagree. 2 6s and a 2000. I am not giving up 2 6s and a 2006 Ford to move back into the 3rd round. I can't do that. Next year's draft is hit the like button. I forget, if I don't say hit the like button, I get in trouble. Next year's draft is one of those is like the NBA draft this year. You're fucking stacked. You're fully loaded. You are like Charlie's Angels, fully loaded, or whatever that movie was. So I can't hit the like, but we got 31 likes. Okay, we're doing okay. We're all right. We're good. The San Francisco 49ers have had all fucking night to figure out their pick. literally have had all day to figure out their pick. They have had since last night to sit there and say, you know what? I think we're going to pick X. These motherfuckers are going down to 2 minutes and 11 seconds, which tells me there's potentially a trade on board here. Because if you're going this far down, there could be a trade. We're at 1 minute 57 with the 49ers. Like I said, you have had all day to figure out your pick. And your thought process is, you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to milk this. I'm going to run this. I'm going to run down the fucking clock. I'm going to build. Oh, hold on. Evidently, the pick is in for the 49ers. There is no trade. I thought usually when you go this long to make the pick, there usually is a trade. I love they have the kids in the background. And the kids are like, he's giving the thumbs up. And the one kid is saying, they picked the wrong player. Oh, they're all. It's good when they all start clapping. Yeah, motherfucker.
Like
look at us.
Clapping back there. You get it. You're in. Do they show the Philly tape from a few years ago?
I'm kind of waiting to see who this pick is.
So the pick is in. The Niners.
We always have that one person in the audience who knows what the pick is and ruins it for us. So who's the pick? It's Bingo was his name. What's up, Big Lester? We're just talking about you at the stream this morning. That was an error. I deleted that one. I'm sorry. Oh, what? I didn't even see it. I'm so far behind in the chat that it's okay. Zacatag says, Giant fans have offered an offer on the table to trade Kayvon Thibodeaux to New Orleans for the New Orleans 42nd pick. If New Orleans wants to give a 42nd overall pick for Kayvon Thibodeaux, you run. You Herman Munster that shit. You run. And you get that pick as quickly as possible because he's not worth it. Dexter Lawrence still had a contract for 2 years. Dexter Lawrence, they had to give him the extension to. Kayvon Thibodeaux is an unrestricted free agent next year. If they want to give me the 42nd pick, I'm good with that. Oh, here we go. We're at the podium. Katie McDonald.
What's up, Pittsburgh? I just want to say it's awesome to be back in my college hometown. It was an honor.
Really, you bring up the fucking punter
49ers for this
from 2004.
I want to give a shout out to the 49er faithful, the best fans in the NFL.
I'm drinking a big time.
With the 33rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Deshaun Stribling, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
So they took the old receiver out of Ole Miss. That's interesting. That can we say that is can we say that's a reach? I mean that's yeah, okay. Okay, we start off the second round with a I think a kind of perplexing. I'm looking on my big board. I got him ranked 16th wide receiver. I had him graded as a low third, early fourth. This is a guy that was only a 3-star recruit. I don't have a lot of intel on him because I didn't really think. I mean, I know he's fast as shit. He ran a 4.3. Okay. You know what? That gives me hope for pause that those defensive tackles are slowly falling to the Giants. They're slowly matriculating. They're slowly matriculating down to the Giants. Okay. No, of course it's not, chat. It's not. Here we go. Kayvon just posted on Instagram that he is out of here. Good. I'm trying to see the Arizona. Hold on. The Arizona Cardinals already have a pick in. If you got a second rounder for Kayvon Thibodeaux, I would be extreme. Barking rumors have serious talks involving Kayvon Thibodeau. I always love Ricky Scoops because Ricky Scoops doesn't really scoop anything. But people are like, he gets all this information right. No, what he does is, I'm going to tell you right this. I'm going to give you the scoop on Ricky Scoops. He goes to the radio stations and other places that give you information, this chat, this sports radio in other cities, and he gets his information from there. It's amazing. It's dribble. It's another person that has self-importance. Then he gets 50 things wrong in a row, then he disappears. So let me see here. If Kayvon's gone, I'm okay with. We got the pick in. We're going fast and furious, and I'm not talking Vin Diesel because the pick is in. Home. James Conner
with the 34th pick in the
Where's Sarah?
2026 NFL Draft. The Arizona Cardinals select Chase Bisontis, guard, Texas A&M.
All right, so they go Chase Bisontis, guard, Texas A&M. I got to go to my big board here. Hold on, let me go to the big board. I should keep the big board open, but why do I keep closing it out? So let me go to Chase. I had Chase ranked as my third ranked guard. You're looking at a guy that is, some people say he's a multi-role offensive lineman. He's 6'5", 315 pounds. I did have a second round grade on him, but I had more of a later second round grade on him as well. He's a guy that, he's a guy that I think he's going to have problems with the power rushers. I think he's going to have problems with the inside guys. He's an effective puller. He's gonna pull out.
That's what she said.
He's good. He does what he's supposed to do. He's good in space. That's what you want. And the Arizona Cardinals, that's what you need. James Williams has got to be happy finally. We have the Buffalo Bills with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left on the clock. So here we go. Let's go to Buffalo. Buffalo pick is not in yet, but we have to kind of wait and see. That's not terrible. It's interesting. What do we got here? John Arvell just says, "Wow, Kayvon has to be in a package deal. So who goes with him? You might throw in a pick. I've already said before, if you're going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau, you want to get something higher than a 5th round pick. You might have to throw in a pick, or you might have to do a swap. It appears Kayvon is gone. If I'm reading the cryptic post on X correctly." Where did they so we're talking 47 though for the Saints? Is it 47? Hold on, Buffalo Bills. Well, the Buffalo Bills pick is in. When they get to the podium, we'll make sure of that. The pick is in. Bingo was his name. Oh, let's see here. The guard. Yeah, they went guard. They definitely went guard. Mr. Lester said we should make the trade twice, and I'm on board. The 49ers draft Rod Strickland. Guard. I can't remember if it's DePaul. Cardinals have no options. Cardinals pick is okay. I'm okay. Like I said, but you know what? To the point, the defensive tackles. You are now watching the defensive tackles slowly matriculate down to the Giants. I'm liking it, guys. We're a couple picks away. But here's the problem. I think Caden McDonald goes to Buffalo. If the pick is in. I think Caden McDonald shuffles his ass over to Buffalo. That's what I would do, because your run defense compared to even the Bengals and the Giants was so poor last year against the Bills. It literally makes sense. Well, I gotta take that. Who do we have? Who do we have? They didn't ask me to do the pick. Shane Conlon, underrated linebackers, number 58 for the Buffalo Bills. Still looks good. Played in the 90s.
With the 35th pick in the 2016 draft, the Buffalo Bills select linebacker T.J. Parker from Clemson.
T.J. Parker from Clemson. All right, Buffalo. You need a defensive tackle. The Raiders aren't going to take a defensive tackle. You take the linebacker. And you take TJ with everyone else on the board. You take TJ Parker. Wow, some people have a lot different draft board than I do because I don't even have this kid. I mean, I got him late third. But you know what? You're drafting a lot of guys here on need and necessity. It's getting interesting. I mean, okay. You know, I'm gonna have to sit there and say, you know, TJ Parker to me is more of a defensive end. I don't think, you know, I know they're calling him a linebacker, but he's more of a defensive end in my mind. Some people had him ranked as high as going overall as the 19th best player. We got the Texans, the Giants, the Raiders, and the Browns. There's a trade. We have a trade. The Texans have traded with the Raiders. The pick is already in. We're Vin Diesel in this, guys. We are Vin Diesel in this shit like no tomorrow. McDonald went with Caden McDaniels. That sucks. But you know what? That still leaves Lee Hunter. You still have Lee Hunter on the board. You still have the venerable linebackers on the board. I don't have anyone. I don't have anything for the Giants yet. I keep seeing that Texans are on the clock, but now it says the pick is in. I'm looking at the NFL Network, ESPN. I'm looking at everyone. I'm still looking for this trade. Where's this trade, guys? Come on. You tell me there's a trade. Giants are on the clock. We go Raiders, Browns, Chiefs, Saints. So the Saints have the Saints, what do we got here? The Saints have the 42nd pick. I can't see the Saints giving up the 42nd pick for Kayvon Thibodeau. I can't. But the whole world is on his axis right now. Up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left. The whole fucking world's gone crazy. Fuck, they took McDonald's. All right, well, you know what? I didn't think with their deficiencies on the offensive line that they would have went with McDonald, but that's okay. There are still plenty of guys that are on this board for the New York Giants that make sense. You know what also makes sense? Hitting the motherfucking like. Hit the motherfucking like. We got 45 likes. 45 likes. We got 45 likes. Let's get 100. Let's get 100 for the Giants' next pick. Here we go. Mr. Perry says, let's go get Hunter. There was a TV show with Fred Dwyer, former New York Giant, former Ram, called Hunter, with his partner D.D. McCone. Let's go get Hunter. I think his name was James Hunter. I don't remember. But let's get our own Hunter. TJ Parker pick, man. I'm looking at it going, yeah, you know what? Some people have had him as high as mid first round. I had him as a second rounder, but some people had him as high as mid first round. I could see, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it now, dog. I feel you. Let's see where the Giants. We're waiting for the Giants. We're all waiting with breathless anticipation. The New York Football Giants. The New York Football Giants are currently on the clock. Still on the clock. Do the Giants do? I'm waiting for this trade. I'm waiting for this trade to 42. I'm fine. I'm fine freeing up $14 million. I'm fine on so many different directions. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go skilled position, the Texans. Texans swap a 2 and a 4 for a 2 and a 3. Yeah, you see, that's what you do when you're at this round. You swap picks. And I've said this before. The easiest way to make these trades is you make late round swaps. Giants are still on the clock, it's saying. We all know it's Caden. We all know, or people are saying it's Caden McDaniel. It's McDaniel, not McDonald's. Rhymes are Daryl's and the burgers are Ronald's. Okay, we got to see. GM's working the phone. That's what they're doing, Charlie. What's up, Daniel? Happy Friday, everyone. I might have a drink later. Think about having a drink. It's kind of anticlimactic now that, that we're seeing these guys walk out. I'm literally watching like, and we already know it was Caden McDonald. Let's just get this over. Guys, we're crushing it on that one site that I can't say the name. We are crushing people. I love you guys. Fucking love you guys. I love everyone. I love my wife. I love my brother TP. You're a little Milton, but I love you. Sorry, I had to do a Jerry Maguire moment. What happened to my thing? That's Caden McDonald. What a shock. I'm speaking McCoy into existence. Howdy says, okay, I accept the argument, Johnny Rico. Hopefully Wilson can bring us the best in Carter. Let's see here. Let's see. Colton to the Giants. Is that Colton Hood to the Giants correct? Or are we just guessing? Or do we have that inside information that only, I don't know where we're getting this inside information from, but I love it. So it is it Colton Hood? I'm not going to be upset if it's Colton Hood. I'm not going to be crushed. I'm gonna sit there and say, okay, you know what? If it's Colton Hood, positional value, in more of a position of need than most people are giving us credit for. And I would not go crazy over it. A lot of people, I don't like the glasses, but that's all right. So a lot of people had Colton Hood as a mid first rounder. So again, this would be a pick that would be, if it is true, would be a pick that came up. The only thing I worry about with Colton Hood, he only had one full year as a starter across 3 colleges. That kind of leaves questions about his experience level and his commitment level. And is he going to have the ability for a full 17-game workload against elite competition? That's going to be a little bit interesting, but he is versatile. He's got speed. He's got legitimate speed, but I'm going to wait to see if we make sure that it is. So we are went Hood. Okay. All right. I'm going to do the draft noise. Oh, Caden McDonald is crying. You could have at least gotten dressed. It is a lifelong dream. It's a lifelong dream, guys. If you want to cry, if you want to bawl, if you want to hug your mommy, if you want to do anything, I get that. You have accomplished something that few people ever will. And that's make it into the NFL or being drafted in the NFL. You have to make it into the NFL. Colton Hood, though, I'm waiting to see the Colton Hood. This is, you know what I love about Colton Hood, though, and this is where I think we are going with Denard Wilson. Colton Hood, the hoodwinker. Colton Hood lives, makes his chops, plays his best football. Can anyone guess where? As a press cover corner. That's where he lives. That's where he thrives. That's where his house is built. And if we take a look at that from the perspective of what the Giants need and what the philosophy may be of Denard Wilson, if you kind of take away what happened in Tennessee, if you look at Denard Wilson's body of work, you can go back to Big Play Slay, and people forget about it. He helped turn around James Bradbury for that one season, made him a Pro Bowler that season in Philly. I always laugh about, we say it all the time, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit. He's very fluid in the hips. I don't like talking about another man's hips because I've heard from somebody, and the hips don't lie. He's very fluid in the hips. He transitions well. He backpedals well. He's got quick feet. He is, with the transition with the hips, it allows him to mirror the wide receivers. As a former DB, I talk about this all the time. He gets after the ball. He's got giddy up. He's got legitimate 4.4 speed. He's good against going up for the contested catches. He fights through the whistle. He's versatile. And like I said, while he lives on that island on that Revis Island, he's also comfortable sitting in a cover too. Some people, like I said, had him as a mid first round grade. We got the Giants hugging. I love everybody.
He came out when he got picked 22nd by Cleveland, but you remember Aaron Rodgers, every facial
Where's
documented.
where's John Harbaugh?
Picks. I'm glad they're not doing
I see
that
Mara.
anymore.
Those days are
congratulate the league.
I see.
Of taking care of those kids.
I just want to hear the pick. We already know the pick.
Who was,
I just want to. Who's gonna be giving out the Giant pick? It should have been me.
So, at any rate, the pick is now in.
But here we go.
Last heard from them with the 10th overall selection last night.
Okay, here we go.
And here comes Roger Goodell back out there.
Don't tell me they got
OC
picked.
Umenyiora.
OC Umenyiora. OC. I should break out my OC Umenyiora. OC lost a lot of weight, man. Wow. OC Umenyiora looks a little bigger than Roger Goodell.
With the 37th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft,
They're not going to let OC talk.
the New York Giants select Colton Hood.
I like it.
Defensive back.
I like it. Wow, we didn't see that coming.
Yeah, the Giants
Toughness. Locates the ball, plays well, excels in press cover. I think we heard this already from somebody. Oh, it was me.
He's got toughness. He can find and play the ball, and you can use him in a variety of schemes.
Let's hear what they say about Colton Hood.
You can see why John Harbaugh fell in love with him. You want to put him in press. He's very patient, under control. He's got real good body control for a corner. He can carry vertical routes physically. He can support in the flat.
And he
He's a
played in the
tackler.
SEC.
Down at the Senior Bowl again.
He looked good in the Senior Bowl, yeah.
Compete. I thought he was going to be a first rounder before he got down there. But he went down there, competed every single day. Was excellent in the one-on-ones.
He's a guy that fell, and I don't know why. Because the whole draft board is off. The whole draft board is off in my mind. And that's great. This is like when Bo Callahan fell and everyone just kept passing him until he got down to Jeff Carson. I like it. I like the Hood pick. Tim, I said this earlier. You did say Colton Hood earlier. Wow, he looks like a skeleton. Yeah, OC Umenyiora lost a lot of weight. Hopefully he's not sick. Gen X loves it. OC looking good. It would be either him or Arvell Turner. Hood over McCoy is definitely a choice. Well, McCoy, we know why they picked Hood over McCoy. McCoy is gonna. You got to worry about the injury issues. I like it though. I like the defense. I like what I'm not used to this. I am literally not. I don't know what to do. For the first time in like 7 years, outside of the Andrew Thomas, Xavier McKinney draft, where I got blasted because I wrote that after those picks, because it just went fucking downhill from there, that he snatched he snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. I should say he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, gentlemen. I got that video and everyone blasted me for it. These are 3 picks that make fucking sense. These are 3 picks that actually, like I said, Colton Hood on my board was the third corner on the board. And if they are truly looking to go, and the Raiders pick is in, if it looks to me that they are going to go a attacking style, press cover, man-to-man defense, mixing in a little zone, maybe potentially running, I think now you may be potentially running a 3-4. And I know there was talks about running a 3-4. I still don't think we have the outside linebackers to run a 3-4. But if you move on from Kayvon Thibodeau, you pick up a 42nd pick, you can go get your there are linebackers sitting right now that the Giants can grab that makes sense. So they took the safety. They took the safety out of Arizona and the Raiders. Right now, C.J. Allen's still available. Anthony Hill's still available. Jacob Rodriguez still available. Josiah Trotter's still available. The kid from what's his name? The kid from Illinois is still available. This is very interesting. This is interesting and perplexing at the same time. I'm liking it. Okay. I'm not against it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. I like it a lot. Listen, I can't get used to this. I feel like, I can't get used to this. This is like we're actually doing things right. We're the Giants. We're not supposed to do this. We're not supposed to make smart moves. I'm supposed to hate it and be the negative one. Now we do things that make sense. You can't do that. You have 3 picks in a row that literally make sense. That literally makes sense. You have improved your team to a point that if you look at defensively, if you can make a trade with Kayvon Thibodeau and pull yourself up an actual linebacker, you potentially could, if Denard Wilson comes in here and resurrects the careers of Deonte Banks, Drew Phillips, Holland, Tyler Nubin, and I know it's a lot, but if he can resurrect 2 or 3 of these guys, you could potentially have, and I'm not going to say it.
What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
You could potentially have a playoff team. When we had the venerable Gary Myers in, he even mentioned and said, this is a team that is closer to 9 wins than they are 4. And I'm seeing this, and I like taking the corner. You no longer have to go in a direction. Who's texting me? You no longer have to go into a direction. Hood to the Giants, head to the Big Blue. I like it. You now have the ability to potentially have 3 good press cover. I don't like this. I don't like this.
I don't like it. Make me feel all funny.
We're not supposed to do this. We're supposed to be a franchise of fuck-ups. Oh, what is wrong with it? Zach Attack with the super chat. Zach Attack and all super chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. I also want to thank Joe Ferries for the big donation today to the Children's Hospital. Joe's the man. Once the Texans took once the Texans went, not even once the Cardinals took Love. I need love. Everything just got fucked. And I am scared that I'm going to wake up. Mr. Alvarez says, I agree. I don't hate the pick. Just me thinking McCoy. The McCoy injury missing the entire year in the ACL. That kind of bothers me a lot. The Browns took Denzel Boston. The Browns needed to take Denzel Boston. At John Harbaugh at 39. What's that 39? Did we make a trade yet? I got to look to the trade. Did we make the trade? I know. Playoffs. You talking playoffs? They're making smart moves. They're fucking Tom Cruise and all the right moves, making smart moves with TJ Coach Nelson before he went on to coach and win a national championship in the Super Bowl. Love the hood pick. We are building. Charlie, I'd like to sit here and tell you we're not. But we are literally building something special. We are building something right. We literally went and got another player in the second round that makes sense. I gotta hold on. She's got, where's, I gotta say food is here. Hold on. Food is here. It just makes sense. I love it. It's a whole new world. Now, can we make the Kayvon trade? Everyone's telling me 42nd. Okay, we're nearing 42nd. Where's the trade? Denzel Boston. Where's the trade? Come on, guys. Where's X? Where's all these Ricky Scoops rumors? Come on, where are we at here? I keep seeing it. Let's see here. Still not seeing a trade, guys. He posted it on Instagram 34 minutes ago of him with the Vin Diesel, which was kind of tacky because that's the scene that Paul Walker's brother did because Paul Walker died. So Kayvon's kind of a dick. You know, that was kind of a dick scene to post, but whatever. I'm still jacked up and jazzed about getting about getting Colton Hood. I would like to see him put on some weight. He's at 193 pounds. He's 6 feet. Like I said, he lives on an island. That's where he thrives. Press man technique. He lines up. He lives on that fucking island. He's got the 4.4 speed, which you gotta love. You know what I love about him? His ability to diagnose plays of course, it's at the college level. For a guy that was truly only a 1 year starter, he reads defense. He reads wide receivers release extremely well. He rarely bites on I love this because we can't say this about a lot of Giants. He rarely bites on the double move. And when he does, there's no hesitation on the fake. And he's got the makeup speed and the closing burst needed if he's running downhill on the underneath route. I love this Colton Hood pick. I thought I loved the Arvell Reese pick. I love the Colton Hood pick. I'm still waiting for this trade. Texans trade over the Giants and pick the top remaining defensive tackle, Ohio State Caden McDaniels. We already know that. Thanks, Pat Leonard. Oh, Pat Leonard. Pat Leonard. It's crazy, man. I keep looking at the Colton Hood stuff. The only true downside that I see him is in run support. He is probably beyond inconsistent. And his tackling technique, we said this about a couple other players. Like we said this about Caleb Banks, that Caleb Banks is going to drive whoever his defensive line coach is going to be. I forget who it is, where it went, is going to drive him fucking bonkers. Colton Hood's a little bit that way, but Colton Hood's to me is the reverse Drew Phillips. If you prevent the guy from catching the ball, you know what you don't have to do? You don't have to tackle him. I know it's fucking insanity at its finest, but you don't have to tackle the guy if you stop him from catching the ball. You have a 72% completion percentage for his career on Drew Phillips, who gives up 10.9 yards of reception. And I believe for the last 2 seasons, the QB rating's over 100, but don't worry, he makes the tackle. Colton Hood, I hope, is the opposite. Colton Hood, I hope, is the guy that prevents people from making the tackle. Tim, what's the over-under on Colton Hood? Okay, to what's under the hood on Colton? Oh, we've been talking about that, Davey. Leonard is not wrong, but we don't know if the Giants prefer the corner and they felt they could get a similar defensive tackle. Leonard's statement is negative without all the facts. That's half of Giant content creators now. I'm shocked that I've said this. I was laughing with my wife when we were reading some of the posts about how I didn't write food is here. I wrote food is here, as in we were my wife and I were joking that when you're the villain for so long, sometimes the villain becomes the hero. It only took 5 years to become the fucking hero. Guys, you can. What do you think, Adam West? I think Tim is awesome. Oh, hold on. I think Tim is awesome. Thank you, Adam West. So we go edge. All right. So they go Thurston Howell the third. Okay. You know what? We're coming up to the 42nd pick, guys. +3 without the Giants. We're not in a position to do a similar swap. All right. I can see how the Bengals. That's all right. Do you know what they call YouTuber content creators? Unemployed. Tim, you are the voice of the New York Giants reason. I've never been called. I just love the fact now that I'm like, loved. You really like me. No, I'm still an asshole. Mike Glenn, what's up, brother? Where you been? Day 2, and I want to be excited, just not. Mike Glenn, you have to be fucking excited. I know, AJ, I'm the voice of reason. When did the fucking world go bonkers? I'm the guy that, and I've said this all the time, And I always tell people, and people, my friends that really know me are like, when Tim says that he's the one that has the plan, oh, we're fucking screwed. Because we know it's going to be fucking crazy. So the Saints did not trade Kayvon Thibodeau. They take Christian Miller. Kayvon Thibodeau was false. But Ricky Scoops is never wrong. He's just always wrong. Tim, you being the most optimistic guy now, and the other contenders are going fully negatives. I think it's fucking hilarious. But do you know what the best part? And now, like I said, Kayvon Thibodeau is still a Giant. I thought there was no fucking way they were going to trade him for a second-round pick. If there's anyone that is offering us a second-round pick from Kayvon Thibodeau, please run to the podium as quickly as possible and make sure whoever needs some Narcan does not wake up, because someone probably went fucking insane. They go Christian Miller, the defensive tackle. Oh no, I don't have the sound effect. You know what? I think we're going to see a little bit more of a run of defensive tackles. You know, maybe, do I think Lee Hunter drops to the third? Well, it wouldn't matter anyways. We won't have a draft pick in the third. But, yeah, I mean, you know what, Shane Samuel, it's funny as shit, but you know what I love about this? You know what makes this even funnier? All these other content creators have been wrong for 11 years, for 10 years, for 5 years, and I'll ever been there around. We've been right for 5 years, pretty much about everything. And I've told this to people. If I am excited, if I am pumped about the New York Giants this year, if I see the good in this, you know I'm not going to bullshit you, because you know I'm not going to fucking bullshit you to get likes and views and clicks and bleeps and everything else. That's not me. I tell you the God's honest truth, and that God's honest truth is the Giants made 3 good selections in a row. And to Mike Glenn, who wants to be excited, Mike Glenn, you got the best defensive player on most boards at 5, and you got the best offensive lineman on almost every single board at 10, and you are going to move into the open guard position, which every Giant fan was bitching about. You have 4 of the 5 starters returning on your offensive line. We've shown this stat before, but we're going to show it again. Total pressures allowed last year for the Giants, only 134, 6th fewest in the league. Blocking efficiency, 4th best in the NFL. Pass blocking efficiency, 87.2. You just brought back more continuity on your line with 4 out of 5 starters returning, and you put a 21-year-old or a 20-year-old in the middle of this who was a fucking mauler, shot caller, 23-inch rims on his Impala. You got to be excited. Big Nose says, we love Hood. I think I'm the first in the chat with a hood. No, we already had a couple people with the hood. I love Hood. I love the pick. And like I said, he is a guy that is going to be the man press cover corner guy. This gets me excited about the Denard Wilson, that he is going to run an attacking style man-to-man defense that's going to feature potentially 3 press cover corners. And one of the things, like I said, I do like about Hood is if you go back and watch his tape, it's the versatility. He looks good in a cover 2. He looks good carrying the vertical route. You want to isolate him? You want to put him on Hood Island? He's there. You want to watch a wide receiver get hoodwinked? He's your man. There is no hesitation. I've started watching. I'm actually watching more of his film right now. He doesn't bite on the double move. There's no hesitation on the fake. He's almost like like I said, one of the things I really do like about him, the fact is he understands football. There's certain players you draft that are athletes. My leg hurts. Colton Hood is a football player. He is a football player. Now, like I said, you're not going to get much out of him on the run support, but here's the thing. I don't need him to stop the run if he stops people from catching the motherfucking ball. Guys, we are just killing it today. What the fuck? I'm not used to being this. I'm not used to going on that other site and looking at all those things. I'm like, holy crap. And we got 70 likes. The Giants are having an A+ drive. You know what the Giants are doing right now? They're putting together a 12-play 9-minute drive. That's what, if you want to do, you want to equate it to football, that's what they're doing right now. Because everything that they're doing makes sense. Makes sense like there's no tomorrow. I love it. People are texting me, and I'm like, I don't have my phone. Why are you texting me? Hold on. Whoops. I'm still waiting for the Kayvon Thibodeau trade. Do you think that they just kind of balked at it and said, nah, we don't want to do this? Because it makes no fucking sense. Because I think that's what I would do. I'd be like, nope, doesn't make any sense. Not doing it. Yeah. I love the drafts. Hurts for real. I love the draft so far, too. I might have a celebratory drink. This is Online Big Blue if you're watching. Celebratory rum and coke. I'm going to use the intercom system. Baby, rum and coke. We have a sophisticated intercom system. I will have my drink on the veranda. I will have my drink now, please. My love. I used to say, no, we will have our drinks on the veranda. But I don't remember to say that. Do we got any other news? Let's see. I'm going to jump down. I still keep seeing Tibbs, king of the almost sack each year. Maybe 37 for Tibbs. 73 for Tibbs. That would make more sense, actually. I can't come off the ledge. I envisioned Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs. Seeing them going to Washington, Dallas got to me my feelings. Mike Glenn, I love you. You're a friend of the show. You're a brother of the show. I'm going to talk you off the ledge right now while we're waiting. I'm going to talk you off the ledge. You got the best defensive player in the draft. I've told people, and everyone asked me, and it was started with my friend Lester. He asked me, and we were on a text message. He goes, if Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese are both there at 5, and before he even finished typing, I already wrote Arvell Reese. He is a guy that is not, I'm going to tell you right now, he's not Kayvon Thibodeau, and he's not Abdul Carter. He is what people wanted Abdul Carter to be. He is a downhill, aggressive defender who has got sideline to sideline speed, who has the ability to be a heat fucking seeking missile. They're going to play him in the middle linebacker position. He rarely whiffs. He missed 4 tackles in 2025 and 70 plus stops. He's got proper tackling techniques, which you love to see. He's got true positional versatility. He's going to be a chess piece. You're going to line him off the ball. You're going to line him in the A gap. You're going to line him off the reg. He's going to look good anywhere you put him. He's got the long arms. He's got the football body. He had he was only a starter for 1 season, but he had played against high competition. Go watch his game against Michigan and then come back and talk to me. Don't worry about the coverage, the question mark, because he wasn't asked to do that. He's an athlete. Sonny Styles is a safety that's been a linebacker for 2 years. So yes, his coverage skills is going to be better. But you got a guy with an unreal upside in regards to his pass rush, who has the long arms, excellent hand usage, can keep blockers in front of him. We've watched him basically throw 300-pound linemen backwards in college. We watched people shot put Abdul Carter, third-string tight ends working at Home Depot. This guy we've seen basically pick up and chuck 300-pound tight ends. 300-pound offensive linemen like it's nothing. You got yourself one hell of a fucking football player. And then you tie it in with Big Francis. Francis got the herniated disc, but you know how tough Francis is? He didn't even fucking know it. And we've talked about this before with Francis. He's got such strong hands. He's got what we like to refer to, which we talked about here multitudes of times. He's got the Deacon Jones head slap. He has what they refer to as a concussion-causing attack. Deacon Jones, we've said it before, Deacon Jones used to basically, if you watch Deacon Jones back in the old day, he would take his hand, he would put it over the offensive tackle, and then he would come up and slap him on the side of the head. And it caused concussions, it cracked helmets, it did all these things. This guy, and Big Francis, when his punches land, it is with concussion force that stuns defenders on the first point of contact, which allows him to dictate the tempo almost on every single rep, going back to Jump Street. You should be excited. You should be pumped because you literally went out and got, and you know what's funny? Is it in my cup? Because I'm a 5-year-old. Batman. How fucking awesome is that? Mrs. Online, and she put in these little ice cubes that look like Sonic, and I love these. Mrs. On, and I got a straw because I'm fancy. There's no umbrella, but that's okay. Let's have a celebratory drink. That's a big Coke. That's a big rum and Coke. My and my wife said 73rd pick for Kayvon Thibodeau. So now does the Saints have the 73rd pick? All right, so the Lions take I'm talking Mike Glenn off the ledge. Mike Glenn, man, you literally got the best defensive player and the best offensive lineman in the draft, which some people have ranked 1 through somewhere between 1 and 5 on their draft boards. You got them to 1 through 10. You solidified your offensive line. You got yourself a destructive force playing alongside Tremaine Edmonds, and now you got the hoodwink. There is so many things to be excited about. There are so many things to be pumped about. You need to sit there and understand and look at this and be like, you know what? We did something right. We didn't do something wrong. We got it right. How awesome. You need to be excited. You need to be happy. Don't listen to any other content creator. You shouldn't be listening anyways. But the Giants literally got it right for a change. And they're doing something that, like I said, I don't
like it. Make me feel all funny.
Like I said, I don't know what to do. I literally don't know what to do because of the fact that number 1 on the big board. Texted someone back about this trade. I'm texting someone about the Kayvon Thibodeau trade. You need to be excited. You need to be pumped. Kayvon, it's the 73rd pick for Kayvon Thibodeau. So is the trade done? PTSD. I want to hear quarterback from Duke, a tackle from Miami. I'm hoping the plan was to plug him in at right guard. The plan is to plug him in at right guard. That is it. The plan is to plug him in at right guard. He is going to go to right guard, and Arvell Reese is going to middle linebacker. You're gold, pony boy. You're great. You are in such a good spot that you don't even know. And I know you got PTSD, but listen to me. I've said this before, and I've said this a million times. Everyone always says that I'm the harbinger of doom. I'm the Behringer of bad news. I'm the guy that says the things that nobody wants to hear, but that I always turn out to be right. Well, here's what I'm telling you. All those content creators the last 7-8 years have always been fucking wrong. About everything. Literally about everything. When we said the Giants last 2 years wouldn't win more than 3-4 games, what happens? Giants only win 3-4 games. When we said that you had to look at that 2022 season as a dichotomy of 2 seasons, when you go 7-2, 2-5-1, and the next year we were going to fall off the planet, what fucking happened? We fell off the planet. When we picked the collapse of multiple players, including Daniel Jones, when he signed that contract, what happened? We were told we were uber negative. Now I am telling you this. Be excited. And I know it's going to take a lot. I know you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to unlearn everything that you've learned. But be excited. Even T-Brad, who's sometimes even more negative than I am, is saying this is a good draft. So let's everyone take a drink here. Let's get the Adam West mask. Let's put Adam West. Let's drink to Batman. Oh, I love when my wife makes drinks. I might be blind later, but I'm going to be good. Let's cover up McLovin. Let's get Batman in here. Let's move Sigmund the Sea Monster. Let's get Batman's excited. Freaky Adam Westhead. Even Sigmund the Sea Monster is excited. And Johnny and Scott are friends. Chris would love MMS. I'm surprised McCoy is still there to be taken low. Harbaugh must know something. Most people thought he'd go first. It's the injuries. You missed your entire 2025 season. It's going to be the injuries. What is it? Bob says, I'm guessing they get a defensive line starter through cut season. Well, the talk about it, Bob, is there's already a deal or a gentleman's agreement for DJ Reader in place till after the draft. And if you do move on from Kayvon Thibodeau, you're going to get yourself some additional cap space. You're going to move in the right direction. DJ Reader is much better at what we need him to do paired with Darius Alexander. Get excited. So Mrs. Online Big Blue added a splash of Coke with your rum. Yes. That's why I love her. She gave me a drink the other day, and I took a sip of it, and I looked around, and I couldn't see for like 38 minutes. But I'm not going to tell you it's bad because it's good when you do it that way. We have this ice maker that makes the ice from like Sonic, the little cube ice, the little, I love those ice cubes. Zion Young to the Raiders. Okay. Ravens with the 45th pick take Zion Young. Emmanuel Emil Warren is still, I don't really like him. I know people are high on him. Like I said, you go back to the Eagles from 2 years ago when the kid from Toledo, I don't know. I just don't like it. I feel it. It's a trap. I think it's a trap. No third round pick, should have traded down. Well, I keep hoping, like I said, that these rumors and if Kayvon is posting these things, I love it. Here we go. I love it because we posted an hour ago. Bro, did Harbaugh and Joe Schoen just lie to your faces? Yeah, I think they did. Jordan Schultz, the Giants have engaged in trade conversations with defensive ends and the Saints among the teams showing the strongest interest. If the deals happens, it will be soon as tonight. I've said it before. I wouldn't trade Kayvon Thibodeau. I wouldn't trade Kayvon Thibodeau. I always love it. The bad dog, right? Telling you that I wish I had stupid Twitter posts. Telling you this. Right, telling you this here. Why is OBJ would be a great locker room guy? He made these mistakes. He knows New York media. Leak is going to go down the same path as OBJ. This is so fucking stupid. 34 years old in November. Hasn't played a full season in 3-4 years. Got suspended for peds. And he was still an issue in Miami. But all of a sudden, he's going to be a model fucking citizen back in New York. Stupid giant Twitter post. Great balls of fire. I still love this hood. I still love this hood pick. I thought I loved the Arvell Reese pick, but I love this hood pick. Josiah Trotter to the, that sucks. Big dog. Cheers, big dog. Cheers, big dog to you. Josiah Trotter's a guy that I loved. I had no qualms about that because I also know his father, Jeremiah. I loved him. He had before the draft, Josiah Trotter had a 4th round grade. He is a kid that moved up in this draft. He's jumped over CJ Allen. He's jumped over Jacob Rodriguez. He's jumped over Anthony Hill. He's jumped over the kid from Illinois. Josiah Trotter, the issue is the fact that right now he is a 2-down linebacker. That's what he is. He's a tough Philly kid. He's a 2-down linebacker. 84 total tackles in 2025, 13 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, anchored the 10th. I want to say the 10th ranked defense last year. First team All SEC, second team All AP. He's a downhill guy. He's a run stuffer. He's not going to give you anything in coverage. He's very slow to recognize coverage. He's not like his dad, Jeremiah Trotter. He's more like his dad, Jeremiah Trotter, than Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was when he came out like his father. Great pick by Tampa. I like that pick from Tampa. I'm good with that. We're already on the 16th pick. On the clock is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. The Steeler pick is already in. You know what, guys? No one can bring me down today. No one's going to bring me down. For so long, we would sit there and watch the draft, and all we would hear in the background would be, "Welcome to hell, motherfucker!" That's what we have to hear and watch. Now we are doing shit right. And like Mike Glenn says, I don't know what to do. Mike Glenn, I'm like you. And thank you for the super sticker. We love super stickers. No super stickers, all super chats go to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I'm like you, Mike Glenn. I don't know what to do. I truly don't know what to do. I truly don't have a clear thought or understanding of what the Giants are doing because everything they're doing just makes sense. I'm usually the guy that fucking bashes at everything. Hold on. I got to find my chat. I got to find I need Advil, please. I've been sitting down too long. I need some Advil. Advil, please. Advil, Mrs. Online Big Blue. We love you. Pittsburgh just traded up and took Bernard. Okay. I'm good. Let's see here. The NFL drops a 37 pass rusher. Kayvon Thibodeau is being traded to the Saints in exchange for a package that includes the 73rd and 150. Okay. So we're saying that we got the K. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if anyone else is reporting this. Are we getting breaking news? Are we seeing breaking news? Is this true that that we're going to get Kayvon Thibodeau to the Saints for exchange for the 73rd and 150? How many picks is the 73rd? Dear Lord, I don't think I can make it that long.
That's what she said.
I'm a high energy guy. The good news is when you're a high energy guy, you can drink a lot. I'm hoping that's right. I see. Let's see here. What's the gold thing up there? Oh, that's the super sticker. It's not poop. So is this correct? The more the report gets with the Vrabel situation, the more likely he doesn't. I don't think Vrabel's going to keep his job. Hood corner 1. Yes, I like it. Hood was supposed to go in the first round, and his style of play is perfect. I wanted Boston, but this pick is actually better. Better switch to coffee and grab your brush. Oh my God. How far is the 73rd pick? Where are we at? Like 62? Are we at the 62nd pick already? I'm hoping to God we are. We got 96 likes. What's the matter? We can't get to 100? Early to mid third rounder, if true. Can we get confirmation? Can someone give us confirmation? Can someone out there in the stratosphere tell us what this is and give me some confirmation? Because I need some confirmation here. You know what? Jordan Renan is reporting they are not trading Tibbs. Well, we know Jordan Renan's never been wrong. You know what I always wonder? Why do giant beat writers want to come on this channel? I don't get it. Because most of them are fucking morons. What's up, Wolf? Where you been? What's going on, Tim? It's slightly unsettling seeing you optimistic about Giants, but you were all of us. You all deserve it. I know this is new territory for me as a content creator. When I started the content creation business, the Giants sucked. I've been a fan since 76. I've watched the good, I watched the bad. But we only had one good season since I've been a content creator, and I'm starting to think it was my fault. But here's the thing. And I've always told you guys this. I'm always going to be 100% fucking honest with you. Good or bad, bitter. Oh, thank you, my love. In your flowing blonde hair. She does this thing with her hair like this. It's not going to say anything. It's going to take some Advil. Trying to get Mrs. Online Big Blue to come on. Oh, okay. Well, you should not take Advil with rum and cokes. That was probably not a good idea. Renan says, does not expect Thibodeau to be traded 7 minutes ago on X. Nothing. Yeah. What about Adam Schefter? Advil and alcohol. That's a great combination. Davey said the reason Giant beat writers don't come on the show is because they're stupid and want to hang out with stupid. Unfortunately, you're not stupid. That and the fact that I don't invite them. That could be a problem. No, except for Pat Leonard. We invited Pat Leonard. Pat Leonard's a douche. We invited Pat Leonard. You were 8 years old in 76. Well, you know what? You know what's worse? I was younger. Not saying anything, Charlie. Not saying nothing. Fucking grandpa. Just joking. I love the hood celebration. Honeypot, what's up, brother? Honeypot, I know, is crazy. Working through the doctrine school, but still watching when I have time because you keep it real. Well, I'm very happy for you. What's you're working through doctoral college? That's you're like smart. Hey, we got a smart person that follows the show. Oh, he's going to a doctoral college. I met Pat Leonard. He's an asshole. You know, it's funny. We had Gary Myers on the last week, and I just laughed because, Gary Myers is an older gentleman, former Daily News writer, two-time New York Times bestseller. And it was funny though, because I was a little leery about having an interview with him because he's a much older gentleman. But he was fucking phenomenal. And I remember reading his stuff. And I love it because he is another guy, like everyone that comes on this show. He's another guy. I only got 15 minutes. And then I knew we had a hard stop at like 10 to 12. And then we hit 10 to 12 and he's like, oh, you know what? I could stay another 10, 15 minutes. Fucking awesome, man. Terrell to the Falcons. All right. Gary Myers is the class red. I read Gary Myers for a year. It was one of those things that, like I said, it was one of those things that was crazy. And I've always said the most surreal thing that's happened to me is when Gary Reasons called me in the car. And I've known Gary Reasons' voice forever. And then all of a sudden, we had invited him on the show, and I guess he got my number. And then all of a sudden I'm driving, and there's this phone call from Texas, and I thought it was Big Don, and I was going to say something stupid and be myself. And then something told me, don't do something stupid. And I said, hello, this is Tim. And the next thing hey, this is Gary Reasons. And I knew the voice. And I was like, why is Gary Reasons calling me in the car? So that was just a weird moment. So Terrell went to the Falcons. All right. I want to trade back up for Bernard, but he's a Steeler, sadly. There's nothing sad about it. You guys have to be excited. You guys have to be pumped. You guys have to be thrilled about this. This is what makes Giant football fun. Let's go to X and get more of the Jordan. Let's get more of the from the Giants here. Let's see here. 21 minutes ago, Joe Schoen says there is no truth whatsoever to any talks right now in cave on Thibodeau. He says it's just not true. Yeah, like we all know Joe Schoen. A more tense John Harbaugh at today's presser compared to yesterday's. Joe Schoen did more talking tonight, claimed the Giants had their sights on Colton Hood the whole time, but Texans traded over the Giants for Caden McDonald felt meaningful. This is why I hate Pat Leonard, Dan Dugans, everyone else. You make a statement and the Giants do something right, but you got to spin something negative about it. Well, they wanted him the whole time, but they got Caden McDaniels, but that felt more meaningful. Fuck you. Can we just be happy the Giants did something right? The Giants did something well? The Giants did something that made sense? Can we just be happy about that? No, we can't be happy about that because we got a bunch of fucking idiots that write about the Giants and people that create content for them because they can't be happy for the fact that this team is doing something well. Even Batman's upset.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
No news, still just a bunch of chatter. Gary Myers is a good dude. I met him after we actually had him on about Once the Giant. We gave a bunch of his books away. We actually helped him sell out his books on Amazon the other day. Not that he needed help selling them because he is a New York Times bestseller. I don't like to brag, but he's a New York Times bestseller, and I am on the African American Podcast Network for my other podcast, Fuck Your Sensitivity, the Mad Realities of a Gen Xer. I was added to the Black African American Podcast directory. And yes, I was nominated last year for the Black Podcaster of the Year award. We have the letters. I was going to send James Williams. Still not sure they understand what may have happened there. Robert says, Mr. Corleone, just when I think I'm out, they just pull me back in. I like if you can get Corleone in the 4th. I like it. I would like that a lot. I think Lee Hunter's still available. Corleone, Dominique Orange, Darnell Jackson, 3 guys outside of Lee Hunter that I really like. Corleone, to me, if you take a look at him, he's at 6 feet tall. To me, 6 feet tall for a defensive tackle or true nose tackle, especially at 340 pounds, is the natural spot to be for advantageable. I'm just making up words now. It's a natural spot for leverage. He can gain the advantage of leverage with hand placement, and he can keep the center of attack. He can keep that point of attack. And people will complain about it, that his arms are short, that he's got the T-Rex arms, but it's okay. Now, the only thing that worries me about him, he's got some injury issues, and he's got some injury issues like a blood clot in 2000. I think he had a blood clot and a knee issue. Was it a blood? It was a blood clot, but I think he also had the knee issue in 22. And then in 25, he had the ankle injury. But right now we're playing with house money. KT was trolling on Instagram. I hope not, because that just makes him more of a dick than I thought. Let's see here. How did Terrell get drafted with his brother? I don't know. Love the room. I love everyone. What's up, Mr. Big Nose? I love everyone. Jen Exter says, I remember when Mike Lubica was the main sports beater for the Daily News. Not a fan, Pat Leonard, but I did like his interview with Wink. I didn't see the interview with Wink. Someone sent me some clips, but I didn't watch it. Do you remember Dr. Love from the WWF? Yes, I do, but I didn't really watch WWF. Yeah, let's see. Ray J says, Gary Myers does look like Mr. Incredible. Leave Gary Myers alone, man. Lee Hunter goes to the Panthers. That's a good spot for Lee Hunter. I'm not going to lie to you, man. The Adam West head is freaking me out a little bit. Every time I look at and get my drink and it's Batman, I was like, don't everyone look behind me. There's McLovin and Batman. Is he still there? Is Batman still there? Is he still over there? I don't want to look. I'm afraid I'm going to look over there and he's going to be like, "What's up, Tim?" I'm a little worried about that. I wonder if the venerable Dominic Palmer's around. He's always around.
Draft, baby. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to kill my numbers. They're good. Let's see if Dom's around. Why not? I miss Dom. They want Sean. Oh, I'll give him that. I can give him that. Let's text Dom. Everyone just mute yourselves for a minute. Dom! What you doing? He's sleeping. It's 5 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And he also stayed up late. I just texted him, "What's up? What's up? What's up with youth?" Let's see where we get here. Are we getting any other draft reports? So the Kayvon Thibodeau thing is evidently he was trolling. Not a big fan. Pittsburgh, I don't think it's cool that Pittsburgh no time for a play. The answer written started in 2011, extra fly, blah, 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 blah. There are so many morons. I just think of the scene from Adventures of Ford Fairlane. So many assholes, so few. What do we got here? Carolina trades up to pick Lee Hunter. Let's see here. So Tim's, I don't know, Tim might be on the payroll now. This is weird. I know, this is fucking weird, man. I'm more weirded out by Adam West. I'm literally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in the mannequin, get him in his full Batman regalia. I think I might put one of the giant jacket, one of the Carl Banks starter giant jackets, put it on him, and just have Batman as my co-host for the rest of the year. I don't want to look over there, man, because he's freaking me out, man. He's freaking me out, man. Don't look. If you don't look, that's like hiding. You know what? That's smart. That's like hiding under the blanket. Hiding under the blanket, monsters can't get you. What do we got? The Jets selection here. Who are the Jets picking at 50? Hold on.
But the entire city of Pittsburgh, for all of the love and support that you've given me throughout my career. Thank you.
You're very welcome. With the 50th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
And with the 50th pick.
The New York Jets select.
Of the 2026 NFL
2026.
Draft.
Whoops.
The New York Jets select.
Batman.
D'Angelo Pons. DB from Indiana.
Thank you. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to
All right. You know what? Interesting pick with D'Angelo Pons. Interesting pick. Or is I can't read that text message. It was naughty. I can't read that text message. Pons, okay. D'Angelo Pons, that's interesting. I had him 8th on my board. You still have, okay. I'm not, I mean, the problem is with D'Angelo Pons is he's another guy that improved greatly at the combine. I was going to say they're going to show the film of him locking up people in the hallway at the combine wearing a backpack. Now, the good news is if the league allows you to play in the hallway of a hotel wearing a backpack, he's an all-pro. Pro bowler. But if they don't allow that, I have my questions. The wife wants to know if she gets to lift the band on wearing Giants gear. Yes, honey, I think we're going to lift the band on wearing Giants gear. No, we're not going to lift the band on because there's no reason to. That's the mighty FanDuel. That's FanDuel.com, the number one sports book in America. We know the Giants, the odds of the Giants winning the Super Bowl were plus 7,000. They went up from plus 14,000 earlier before free agency, before the draft. I doubt there's going to be any movement right now. But yeah, they're just below the plus 4,500, the Minnesota Vikings, plus 4,500, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and plus 4,400 Commanders. I think they should be in that mix. I think they should be in the plus 4,500 mix because I think they're better than Atlanta. I think they're better than Carolina. I think they're better than Pittsburgh. I think they're better than Saints. I think they're better than the Raiders. So, mighty FanDuel, let's move the Giants up. Let's get that 2-leg parlay, that 3-leg parlay. Because you're right now, you know what? If you go to the mighty FanDuel, it's FanDuel.com, number one sports book in America. Bet $5, get $250 back in bonus bets if you win. I'm going to say that slowly for people in the cheap seats. Bet $5. Win with that $5 bet. You get $250 back. So you go take the Giants. Take the Knicks in the 1.5 points. I took the Knicks in the 1.5 points yesterday and I won. You bet that $5, you get $250 if you take the Knicks tomorrow to win because the Knicks are going to win tomorrow. So go on the mighty FanDuel. It's FanDuel.com, the number one sports book in America. Let's see what the Vikings pick is before we get back to the mighty FanDuel.
Golday, linebacker, Cincinnati. Welcome, brother.
Yeah,
Jake Golday? I don't know about Jake. I'm not a Jake Golday fan, but you know what I am a fan of? FanDuel. And we've already said FanDuel has the best app out there right now if you're going to do your sports betting. Plus, you got FanDuel Casino, you got fantasy games, you got racebook, you got television, you got all this stuff. I don't even want to look at what the Knicks odds are right now of winning the championship because it has fallen way down. The Knicks have dropped to plus 3,300. They are at plus 1,300, just below the Cleveland Cavaliers. But we got fucked because Jalen Brunson couldn't figure it out. But that's the mighty FanDuel. It's FanDuel.com, the number one sports book in America. Yes, honey, and I want an Arvell Reese jersey. I'm assuming that he is wearing 8. Golden to me at 6'4", 239 pounds. I don't think in my mind that he is a true athlete. People will talk about the game against UCF where he forced a fumble, had 1.5 sacks, and was basically a relentless guy. They're going to talk about his rare size and speed in combination at 6'4", 239 pounds. But they're not going to talk about the fact that he lacks true physical tools as a football player. He lacks zone awareness. Pulling guards have edamamis have eaten him up like Pac-Man. He's only got one full season as a traditional off-the-ball linebacker at a competitive level, and he's got no pass rush moves. Beyond that, sign me up. Art Stapleton tweeted. What did he tweet? I don't. Let's see. Nope. Hunter went to the Panthers. What did Art Stapleton tweet? Do we know what Art Stapleton tweet? I'm so far behind the side. Snacks Harrison was an unrestricted free agent. You can find a big buddy rough stopper as well. Deontay Banks trade. Are we seeing? I don't see you trading Deontay Banks either. Why would you guys want to trade anybody? AJ says, I'm out of here. Good night, everyone. Good night, AJ. Have yourself a good night. I hope everything's well. No more hog mollies. The Knicks odds to get to Giannis in the offseason is pretty good right now. Yep, let's go to the mighty FanDuel. Behold says, hit that like button. The god of the Meadowlands Swamp, Tim.
I am Iron Man.
We drafted a corner out of Old Dominion. Didn't work so well 3 years ago. That's Trey Hawkins. Was Trey Hawkins at Old Dominion? I know O'Shane Zimenez was at Old Dominion. I forget. I forgot I had a drink. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long. I'm not streaming tomorrow. I like Giannis is good in the offseason. We'll see what happens. Art said if the Giants get back in the third round, they will give up picks, not players. That was an Andre. No, if you were Andre a Giant, we would have to go to Princess Bride and do it.
Hello, lady. I just thought, you mean I did something right? I just found these 4 horses, and I thought to myself, 4 horses and there's 4 of us.
Sorry. Please stream tomorrow, Tim, please. No, guys, I don't want to stream tomorrow. I don't want to do it. No. Streaming Sunday. No tomorrow. No tomorrow. Mike Lee says if they trade Kayvon, I don't expect to know until we close whatever pick we get close to him. Yeah, I agree with that. You got to. I don't have to do anything, pretty please. Well, if you said pretty please, now I got to do it. No, I can't do it tomorrow. What picks do we have to give up? It's 4-7 tomorrow. Batman. Should we stream Batman? Should we stream tomorrow? I asked if Batman answers, then we'll figure. If is the draft 4 to 7 tomorrow? NFL draft time Saturday. Have you guys had enough of me? I know I've had enough of me. No, it's noon. It's noon tomorrow. I can't on Saturday. I'm going to Dave and Buster's. I'm either going to Dave and Buster's or I'm going to play Airsoft. I can't. I got to take the kids out. Sorry. But I will stream on Sunday. How about this? If it's something good, I will stream. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
If it's something good, then I will stream Saturday night and then Sunday morning. How's that? Let's see here. Do you think the Giants move up into the third if the guy on the board is slipping? If there is a guy that is truly on the draft board of the New York Football Giants, if there is a guy that they think is going to help solidify either the offense or the defense, I would still love to see them get a linebacker. The only problem, the remaining linebackers that I see that would probably be worth their salt will probably be gone by the 4th round. I think Anthony Hill, Jacob Rodriguez, or CJ Allen will be gone. I'm still shocked that those 3 guys are still there. I'm a little stunned and befuddled about that. Yeah, I know, but the kids like it. And I do like playing. I like winning the tickets. I'm not going to lie. I like winning the tickets. But I'd be stunned and befuddled if those 3 guys, one of those 3 guys was there in the 4th round. Stream from Dave and Buster's. That actually would be pretty funny. Why? What's up, brother? What do you think? What do you grade the Giants so far? We've said this before, and I'm going to tell you this, Wyatt, and I have to clip this because I go back to Billy Bob and Varsity Blues in the strip club. I give it a 10. A 10. Hey, Jay Sports Cards. You know what I hear? I would know what I hear. Ghost Brothers. You know what I hear? Ghost. You want to hear Ghost Brothers? We're like a radio station. I'll give you Ghost Brothers. That's what she said. I can't hit the button to say that's what she said because that'll take it all the way back to 37. That's what she said. Let's see here. I am hurting tonight. Oh, here we go.
Submitted for your approval. The Ghost Brothers. Nobody needs to be afraid.
Love it. I love it. You think I think they have a deal in place for DJ Reader. They're just waiting until after the draft to make the move. A hero can be anyone. Batman, even bigger blue. Jacob Rodriguez already went to. Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. So let's see. Brandon went to the Packers. He's off the board. Okay, see, I told you he wasn't going to be there. Let's see here. Where does Kayvon get moved? Probably to the other side of his house. Who the fuck's going to want Kayvon Thibodeau? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. But who the fuck wants Kayvon Thibodeau for a 3rd round pick or a 4th round pick? He's a $14 million rental who's an unrestricted free agent next year, who's coming off a bad season after a bad season after an injury season. Varsity Blues. There goes my heroes. 73rd pick. People are still talking about the 73rd. I mean, you know what? If you can get the 73rd pick for Kayvon Thibodeau, I'd be fine with that. But I've said this before over and over, guys. Oh, he's being traded. Oh, no, wait, is this? No, that was an hour ago. That was the NFL drop. I said this before. If I'm the Giants, I don't move on from Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't. And people are going to think I'm crazy. And I love it. John Harbaugh says Colton Hood competing to start. The quarterback room was good. Now it's really fucking good. I added in the fucking.
That's what she said.
But I'm going to tell you this. I would not move on from him. I've already said this. I've said this a million times before. Create a defense built on a man-to-man style secondary with a good center fielder, with a hellacious pass rush where you can move guys in and out interchangeably and create mismatches and use Kayvon Thibodeau that way, build up his assets, build up his worth, maybe get a 3rd rounder at the trade deadline. And if you can't, have him hopefully play well enough where you get a 3rd or 4th rounder and a compensatory pick. It literally makes sense. That is, you know what? That is crazy. Diana Rossini married her husband 6 years ago. She started cheating on him 5 to 6 years ago. Michael Vrabel gave birth to a son 4 years ago, naming him Michael. That is some fucked up shit. We also had Lawrence Taylor got hospitalized for a medical emergency, but they say he's going to be fine. I don't know what's going on with him. CJ Allen, like I told you, there's already a run. There's already a run at CJ Allen to the Colts. There's going to be a run of linebackers because you figure the Jags might take a linebacker. Chargers could take a linebacker. Texans could take a linebacker. Bears could take a linebacker. The Rams could take a linebacker. Broncos could take a linebacker. There's going to be a run. That's all right, though. I'm still upset and I'm crushed and befuddled that I didn't get Gardner Minshew and I'm not getting Jacob Rodriguez. I'm crushed and befuddled. That's all I'm going to say. That's literally all. That's all I got to say about that. I'm crushed and befuddled by all this. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm happy about the Giants draft. I am happy what they're doing. I'm ecstatic about what they're doing. I'm thrilled about what they're doing. I want an Arvell Reese jersey. Hell, I might want a fucking Colton Hood jersey. BP says, hey, Tim, how do you feel about Colton Hood pick? I wanted D'Angelo Pons from Indiana over Hood. But to me, it's a win. Yeah, it's a win. It is a win. It's a phenomenal win. This is a guy that plays press cover corner. He like I said, he's going to be on Hood. They bumped off Revis Island like Adam West took out McLovin. And he's living on Revis Island because that's what he does. That's what he excels in. But then you can also drop him into a zone-style defense. Typical corner size. People will say the worst thing about him is he does not tackle well. I don't need the motherfucker to tackle. There's this certain people that haven't been around the NFL. Certain people haven't played in college. Don't know this. There's this there's a hidden secret about playing corner and tackling. There's a hidden secret about this. I'm gonna share this with you guys because no one around from the NFL, no one's here. I'm gonna share this little secret about playing corner that everyone should know. Are you ready? I'm gonna whisper it to you. If you stop the guy from catching the ball, you don't have to tackle him. Don't tell anybody. Keep that to yourselves. We are now in the hood. You're in the hood now, baby. Ricky! Was supposed to be a weak draft class. What changed? What made me think we're getting difference makers in later rounds now? Because I'm going to tell you why. I'm glad you asked, Mr. Emrod. Because you know me, I got a fucking answer for everything. This is a weak draft class. This is probably one of the weakest draft classes we've seen in a couple of years. The problem is this, the positions of need for the Giants, this is actually the strength of this draft class. Now, you may not get your star running back. You may not get your star wide receiver. You may not get your star tight end. You may not find your cornerstone left tackle unless you take Francis at 10. But the positions of need that the Giants have at linebacker, corner, defensive tackle are the strength of this draft. And you can find maybe Pro Bowl players, may not be all pro, but you can find guys in this draft who could be starters for the Giants right now. Douglas, what's a tackle? I know. Just if you don't, I'm gonna say this again. I'm just gonna double check, make sure no one from the NFL is listening. If you stop them from catching the ball, you don't have to tackle them. If you build it, they will come. Hood may not be a great tackler, but he's aggressive, coming downhill against run. He is. But I don't need him to tackle. If you're a corner who has a lot of tackles, that means you're good. You're getting the ball thrown your way a lot. What about Ralph Wiggums? What tackle? He's too busy over at Springfield. I'm going to go to my ultimate source. I found this ultimate source because most content creators use this source to get their information, especially Chode Sports. It's the Magic 8 Ball. Magic 8 Ball. Will the New York Giants trade Kayvon Thibodeau? Unclear. Ask later. Okay, we're going to have to ask the Magic 8 Ball later. I got no room for the Magic 8 Ball. Look at me. I got 3 balls. Sorry. Oh, dear Lord. Good play on the ball. And like Banks can play on the ball. Banks, like I said, if you actually take a look at Deonte Banks, you look at the way he played with Wenke, look at the last 2 years of Shane Bowen's disaster. He's a press cover corner who was forced into a zone. Doesn't work. Tim is a tackle when you tackle with his shoulder and just whiff. That's what, yes. What happens if you intercept the ball? Then you got to run. And he's very good at that too. KT, I know he's staying. I already said this. Why did anyone fucking listen to me? I already said he was staying. Broken. Also, Tim, how you been, man? Broken, I've been good, brother. Had a busy day today. Yeah, I've had a very busy day today. Hope you had a busy day too. Broken, where you been? The Patriots make a trade. Who the Patriots trade for? Let me go back to the venerable chart because there is a draft going on. I keep forgetting that. Where do we go, my lovely? I want to know. The pick is in. Let's see what the pick is.
Member is stationed at our nation's capital.
The New England Patriots select.
Marines have defended freedom on land and at sea with courage and sacrifice.
Airmen preserve that freedom.
Nah, I'm not going to listen to anything else because the Marines already spoke. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles on land or over sea. Had research conference earlier and preparing for graduation. You're graduating. Wow, look at you. When's next Friday? What are you graduating with? What's your doctorate? What's your degree? Or is it multiple degrees? Come on, talk. Spill the gut. Spill it. Let's hear it. Magic 8 Ball wants a raise.
That's what she said.
Ted Hurst and De'Aaron Burks will be available at wide receiver, but won't be there at 105. Yeah, you're right. I understand what you said about Banks, but there's also an effort issue. Took place. Yeah, he did. But nobody talks about the fact that Bobby Okereke took plays off as well. I talk about the Eagle game when he was in center field. You got Jacob, yes, the edge out of Illinois. But no one talks about the fact that there was games that Bobby Okereke took plays off. I always go to that Philadelphia Eagle game when Saquon Barkley burst to the outside, ran up through the sideline. You had the venerable Bobby Okereke in the middle of the field. Instead of taking the proper angle and running, he stopped running, and Saquon Barkley cut it from the outside back into the inside. But Bobby Okereke dogged it. But we don't want to talk about that. Yes, he's a young kid. He's done stupid shit. But you got to give him credit. You got to give him a chance because he has talent, and he's shown that he is a press cover corner. Got a master's in program for clinical addiction counseling and a good program. Well, congratulations. Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants. Clinical, you got a master. All right. Got into a master program for clinical. Oh, that's good. Let's to Broken. We're going to give you the Batman salute. In a minute. I have a degree in dumbassness. To Broken, the Batman salute.
I'm Batman.
Congratulations, brother. Very proud of you. Good job. Trade. The Vikings are sending the edge Jonathan Greenard to the Eagles for 2 third-rounder picks. A source is saying. Damn, they rented Jordan Bernard for pretty much 2 years. Master's degree. Should have been a plumber. Let's see. The pick is already in. Hold on. Where the pick is in, we got to get to this. It would have been smart if I just put the pick is in button like on the soundboard. But, you know what? We still haven't. You know, whatever. Where did the pick? Respect. Watch this, and then I'm going to click on this button and look really cool.
Borkacher, tight end, Texas A&M.
All right, so we have a run at tight ends.
The Rams because of the connectivity there, and you look at the Rams all the time they spent.
I was like, didn't he have like 20 receptions? The Borkinger, didn't he have like 20 receptions? Student loans agree with you. Yeah. But you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine, man. You're gonna get in there. You're gonna do your thing. You're gonna be successful. You're going to work hard. You're going to make money. And next thing you know it, I'm going to be hitting you up for a loan. So you better work on that as soon as possible. Because I got to keep this channel alive somehow. But I am very proud of you, brother. Good job. Good job. Jay Sports Car says, let's give him the king of the almost sack.
King of the almost sack.
This draft might be over around 11 again. We are not hanging out to 11, guys. We're not hanging out. We are not hanging out to 11. I'm still waiting for this big trade. I keep circulating through X to see if we can't find something trade value wise. But I'm not seeing anything. And I don't see anything right now. I love the Colton Hood pick, man. Let's see here. Joe Schoen and Steve Tisch present. He's the chairman of the team. He's in the draft room like he is every year. Joe Schoen. Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into that because that's just what I'm not going to get into. I love the fact that people like Tiki Barber like to talk shit about people. But Tiki, didn't you leave your wife for an intern that you met at your thing? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's see here. Casey Conception. I'm still looking to see, is there any trade rumors? I love this. I'm looking at a Dallas Cowboy, looking at the Super Bowl trophies. When's the last time they fucking had a Super Bowl trophy to even look? I mean, I don't see that happening anytime fucking soon. I'm trying to see what else is going on here. I'm not getting any other updates or any other information right now on any type of Kayvon Thibodeau trade. Let's see here. Now, I mean, we got the information, the rumors that they're not moving on from Kayvon Thibodeau. Let's see. Colton Hood was the only pre-draft contact who really had with the Giants. Was his formal interview at the combine. The Giants jumped for the Giants got jumped for. Oh my God, Pat Leonard, shut the fuck up. Dear Lord, Pat Leonard. They got jumped by this team, man. I got the reliable information that says it from the source of the friend of the guy with the uncle that works in the building next to the janitor. Until you're in the broom and you see the draft board, shut the fuck up. Massey B says, looking forward to your season outlook. Last year, you were on point on the AFC and the NFC predictions. Yeah, I was scary right last year. Telling you, man, I'm feeling it this year. I'm doing the happy dance. I'm feeling the flow. I'm working it. I'm feeling it so far.
Doing the bull dance. Feeling the flow. Working it.
I'm feeling it this year, man. Got my associates in computer science. Well, congratulations. Computer science, man. That's like a big thing, especially with all this other shit going on with the world. I got my degree in getting down. You know what's fucking awesome? And I'm not going to spill it because it's stupid if I did. There's a Batman insignia on the bottom of the cup, man. The bat signal's on the bottom of the cup, man. That's freaking awesome. One thing I do love about Harbaugh's Giants is if they are unpredictable, we don't know anything. We don't. Tiki Boyce was dying from cancer. He was cheating on her. The bastard couldn't even wait. He's dead to me. I agree. Mr. Big Nose says, I feel like Malik Neighbors deserves a Purple Heart for the injury he got on the MetLife turf. It wasn't on the MetLife turf. I don't want to do this because it's a happy day. But it had nothing. He had nothing to do with the turf. How do I know this? Okay, let's check it out. Free play. You throw the ball. You throw the ball literally 5 yards short. He adjusts, comes back. Here we go. Watch it again. Free play. Doesn't step into the ball. Throws it 5 yards short instead of 5 yards ahead. He's got to stop, come back. He tears his ACL midair because he was hand checking to get back from the wide receiver. It had nothing to do with the turf of the New York Football Giants. And like I said, I hate the turf of the New York Football Giants because if you take a close look at the turf, this is the seams in the turf on the field at MetLife with the new turf. You can literally see the fucking seams. Where else do you get this hard-hitting information? I'm like the news. You need a refill. Big Dog Max says, I need a refill. No, man. It's really fucking cool because the bat signal is on the bottom of the cup. You're drinking and you're like, no. We got those at the Hallmark store. My fault. No, it's not your fault. Not your fault, my brother. It's okay. We're all good. Who would you replace Dexter Lawrence with? That's easy. DJ Reader, Lee Hunter. No, Lee Hunter's gone. The Corleone brothers and whomever else is still available in free agency because it's easy to pick. It's easy to replace a guy that gives up 5 yards a carry. Not that different. Tired of hearing the jump thing about McDonald while Houston was clearly trading for the Giants grab McDonald? You don't know the Giants boarded. They could have liked Hood better. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. I love the 17 wins. You know what I'm going with? I'm going 19. They're going to win 17 this year and then win 2 more the next year. Sliders says, Tim, unheard of, the stupidest excuse from a Giant fan on neighbor's injury, back shoulder fade. I'm like on a fucking bomb pass. What the fuck? Yeah, you got to throw that ball 10 yards in front of the receiver. And you got to throw it to the inside of the sideline because that's the only place the receiver can get it. It hit him in stride. It's a touchdown. You throw it short like you did, you wreck the kid's knee. This show tonight, great stuff, Tim. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Logan Jones to the Bears. Okay, Logan Jones, the center. You're like, I didn't even look. I knew he was Logan Jones, the center. Honestly, it was a lucky guess. I remember the name. I just couldn't remember. I was going to say guard, but I was like, no, fuck, say center. All right, center. Let's see here. Colton Hood, man. Colton Hood I love the pick. I'm the Walter Cronkite of the New York Giants. I like that. Usually I'm the asshole of the New York Giants. But, Tim, it was a back shoulder fade, sarcasm.
Warning, sarcasm. Warning, sarcasm.
Jackson Fart ended both McNeighbors and Scadaboo season. Yeah, he did. He did. You want me to lie and tell you he didn't? He throws that ball to the inside instead of the outside of Cam Scadaboo. We're not talking about the injury. He throws the ball 7 yards ahead of the wide receiver on a free play on a clean pocket. We're not talking the Malik Neighbors injury. This team will surprise a lot of people. I'm thinking that. I think they will. Who will win more games this time? The Giants or the Raiders? Oh, the Giants. The Raiders had the 10th ranked defense last year. Offense was their issue. The Giants' issue was coaching. And the biggest issue in regards to coaching has now been changed. Kevin, peace, Tim. Good night, Kevin. Have yourself a good evening. He really is Darth Vader. Cleveland traded up and get Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Cleveland needs a lot. Cleveland doesn't need a lot of help on defense. I don't know if that's true. Hold on. Let me find out who they got.
He's 15th on your board.
The Browns, look, it's just my opinion.
For those that do not know, yes, Emmanuel McNeil Warren did go. That's like I told everyone at Cleveland. Thank you, Ms. Roberts. Where do you go, my lovely? I want to know. Where are we at here? Tick, tick, boom, motherfuckers. So who traded for Tibbs? Nobody. Nobody. It's more stupid rumors, but don't worry, Ricky Scoops, who got it. Ricky Scoops is going to disappear again because all of his shit is now, is gone totally fucking wrong. He's going to disappear again and say, the league is after me. Tibbs took down the Instagram post, must have gotten a call from Pat Holler. Tibbs is an idiot. But I need him. Lee Hunter, the size and movement every defensive play needs without his buckle. That's on the Baldy's take. Arvell Reese says the Giants defense with all their talented players are capable of winning. I agree. I love the picture of, former New York Giant linebacker was hospitalized recently in New Jersey for a medical emergency. According to TMZ, we confirmed the 67-year-old Taylor arrived in emergency shortly after being transferred from a different section of the facility. Those close to Taylor told us, says it doesn't sound like he's dealing with anything too serious and is believed he will be discharged soon if he has not been already. Okay, well, we wish Lawrence Taylor a speedy recovery. Adam Schefter now says, 28 minutes ago, the Giants have no plans on trading Kayvon Thibodeau. Oh, my God. Giants quarterback room, Paulson Adebo, Greg Newsome, Drew Phillips, Colton Hood, Deontay Banks. Outside of the Greg Newsome thing, I'm okay. I'm okay with that room right now. Listen, the NFC East is improved greatly. Oh, I love this. Here we go. From Gary Myers, first day of his shooting the set, Once a Giant, a documentary. Bobby Johnson, first up, compelling story, fighting back from cocaine addiction, living on a park bench, pawning his Super Bowl ring, getting his life turned around, Parcells buying his ring back. That is, Once a Giant is a great book. I've read that book. I love that book. It's a great book. And I read that book before we even had Gary Myers on. I knew there was a documentary coming down the pike on that, and I'm very excited to see the documentary because I think that's going to be great. Scoops threw his shit against the wall, hopes again it sticks. Anyone that puts out the rumors and hides when it's wrong is downright crow rooster. It's bullshit. Texans take Keen. Okay. All right, I like that. Would the Colts trade away Sauce Gardner if Daniel Jones goes back to being Daniel Jones and are winless at the trade deadline? I don't think they do. They invested too much to get him, and they invested too much money to pick him up. Oh, Mel Heim went to the Texans. Are we at 115 likes? I think we are. Terminator X. I love it. You go on that website where people go and it's a letter. They have all these live streams and everything else. And I love it because when we started a couple hours ago, we had 11 people watching. We now lead the pack with 540 people watching. The nearest competitor is 140 people away. We are now one of the top streaming things on live in reference to the New York Football Giants. And we have been for the last 2 hours. I got to give a big shout out and a big thank you to everyone for that. Dart doesn't have the strongest arms, his angles of throws to make the distance. He doesn't, but you don't need to have that in the system that we are going to be running with Matt Nagy. We don't need to have that. Texans with bigger reach of the day, tight end Melcam. His tools are very raw. Everyone I said saw it. Mid-round third day pick. Big Gen X says, I hope we play the Colts late enough in the season for Jones to be there. Good night, Tim. What's up, big dog? Big night, Tim. Thanks. I'm getting drunk and watching the Yankees. I've only had one drink. I'm debating whether I should have another drink. I don't really have to get up tomorrow because I did content today. So I really don't have to get up tomorrow. But I'm debating. I am really tired. Broken says, where do you think the floor from McCoy to be picked is? Summer reminds me of Will Johnson last year who got picked in late 40s. It's the injuries that scare people away from him. That's the thing. It's the injury that scares people away. The Titans are taking Texas linebacker Anthony Hill per a source. See, I don't think any of the linebackers are going to be there. How about we pump steroids into Dart's right arm? I don't even know if that's going to help because, but that's not his game. And I've said this before, Matt Nagy's offense. And I'm going to say this one more time. Matt Nagy's offense is predicated in entrenched in the style of the 1994 George Seifert offense, which was a record-setting offense for Steve Young and a world championship offense. When he went over that first year in the Bears had an offense with Mitchell Trubisky. And if you remember that Darnell Mooney, that was his second season, his first and only 1,000-yard season. It is a horizontal offense that is played between -2 and 10 yards. Jackson Dart excels, and we've shown the stats and we've shown the charts before. If you take a look at him between -2 and 10, he excels in that range. He excels in completing in that window, in that -2 to 10 yard window. That's his money spot. It's when we look and we see him go past 10 yards, you start seeing all these whites, which are misses. And look at this. This is the Raider game. You see some reds, you see a lot of whites, you see him going for like 2 for 10 over 10. But here's the thing. The Matt Nagy system, which is predicated on the run and which is predicated on using the pass as a run. If you have a running back like they did in Howard and Tariq Cohen, and then you have a receiving core which takes the horizontal offense and converts it vertical at times, you create separation. I just need him to be at least 50 to 60% accurate over passes over 10 yards to make this system work. Woo! That was a lot. One more, Tim. Yeah, man. Yeah, baby. Who set the edge better? Who sets the edge better on our defensive line? Honestly, it's Brian Burns. What? Now not being a one should be a help as well. You're right. The Rams are taking the Ohio State tight end. All right. Well, I got no problem with the Rams taking the Ohio State tight end. We're good. I'm good with that. Where do we go, my lovely? I want to know. Don't keep me waiting. I got to follow people on Twitter. Why do people tell me I don't follow them on Twitter? Because I'm probably not following them on Twitter. That would probably be the reason and the rationale.
That tells you what type of athlete he is. And when he hits you, he brings his feet.
That's Anthony Hill Jr.
He is a striker. As a zone dropper of all these linebackers, thought as a zone dropper, he was as good as anyone in this entire draft. He's going to read and make plays in pass coverage. And here's some of that speed. Talked about his.
Robert Saleh got themselves a nice football player. When did the football guys decide to use the term instead of defensive end? When I
was drunk one night.
You actually have to hit the football god button. Because you have so many hybrid defenses. I'll give you the answer. You have so many hybrid defenses. It's no longer the cachet to call it a defensive end. It's an edge because of the hybrid defense. Since now, but I love the deep ball. I love chicks love the long ball.
That's what she said.
We all know that. New York, I'm going to ask the Magic 8 Ball because it said ask later. This is what most giant content creators use to create their content and get their rumors. Will the New York Giants trade Kayvon Thibodeau and get a 4th or a 3rd round pick? Wow, I didn't know the Magic 8 Ball had vulgar comments. Said fuck no. They, them, pretty much. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So Big Max went to the Rams. All right, I'm good with that. I'm down with that, Charlie Brown. We're good with that. Couldn't resist. Your mom. Hill to the Titans. Your mom. Oh my God. Chicks dig the long ball. How about the strikeouts? Broncos are picking. All right, so let's get to the Broncos pick because we are doing a draft stream here. Have we streamed for like 10 hours yet? I must have like a time limit on StreamYard of how long I have to stream. How much I can stream. Man, I'm hurting today, guys. I'm literally hurting today. I didn't work out today, so I think that could be the cause. And I didn't sit in the sauna today. So I think that could be the cause as well. Just checking some emails, making sure we're okay here. Well, we got your I love it when my Uber safety drives with us. I haven't taken an Uber. I haven't taken an Uber in a while. So why the fuck does a safety? Why do I need safety from Uber? I got a car. Is someone Ubering in my car? All right, we're good. We're good. Where are we at here, guys? By the way, did you get my email? With it, I did get your email for the next Giant trivia question. I did. That is going to be the next Giant trivia question. Do we get a? Yes, you get a Sunday stream. If I don't stream on Saturday, I'm not going to stream on Saturday because I do have to go out of the house. It's going to rain all day, so yeah, tomorrow would have been a perfect day to stream, but I am going out of the house. That was good. I don't know, guys. What do we do? Do we take another drink or do we just leave and go enjoy the evening with Mrs. Online Big Blue? I know what her answer is going to be. I know what the believe answer is going to be. Broken, you finally follow me? Or you just got an account? I'm going to follow you back, playa. Play to playa, broken playa, playa, pimp to pimp. There we go, brother. I don't know what I should do, guys, because I don't think the Giants are going to trade back in. I don't think they're going to. And I'm checking everything here. I'm checking the boards. I'm checking my text messages. I love the fact that I had 248 text messages this afternoon.
Did you order the code red? I did the job. Did you order the code red?
You're goddamn right I did. I don't know. I think they will end in the third. I don't think they're going to get a third. Call it a night. I kind of agree. I think not now, John Harbaugh. Not now. Stay with us, Tim. Keep us in the dark influence and spend the rest of the evening with us. I don't know if I can give into the dark side. Because I don't think we're trading back in. Let's take a look. You know what's going to happen? This is always what happens. I'm going to click out. And the Vikings are sending profile. We already got the Gennard going to the Eagles. I'm going to click out, and I'm going to sit there and go, we targeted Colton Hood as a premier. I love when Joe Schoen talks and John Harbaugh sitting there, because John Harbaugh's sitting there like this, looking at him like, why the fuck are you talking? Just throwing that out there. Where are we at? How many likes do we have? I don't think we're getting anything else, guys. I do think we might call it. I think we might call this because I do want to film. I do want to finish the Elvis documentary. But you can catch this rebroadcast tomorrow on Believe. I think I'll do that. I'm just trying to see what every team I talked to today says. Colton Hood was a plug and play guy from day one. That's a big time pick for the New York Giants from Jordan Schultz. I always said Jordan Schultz was smart. I don't remember who Jordan Schultz is. But he's better than Pat Leonard because Pat Leonard's a dick. Because he doesn't come on the show. And he was invited now. Twice. You know what? I'm going to question, Tim. What do you think of Pro Football? You mean Pro Football Jocus? The stupidest thing that I've heard someone say, use Pro Football Focus, is stupid and lazy. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm going to drop the link in the chat for a minute, and then we're going to head out. So if anyone's got anything intelligent to say, come on down. Because I don't have anything left. Why is Emmanuel Pigeon dropping? Because there's so many people dropping in this draft that I just don't get. And I've seen a lot of players going that I don't understand. I really don't. And it's weird because I think a lot of people are choosing athletes over football players. And I think that's the problem. I think when you choose an athlete over a football player, this is where teams make mistakes. What I love about the Giants, two of the three, I say all three of the picks are football players. But two of the three, I think all three picks though are also phenomenal athletes, but they're football players. That would be something, but that would be tomorrow. It's the draft twilight zone. It really kind of is the draft twilight zone. It really kind of is. It's a little weird. We're going to drop in the venerable Joe Spano. What's up, Big Joe?
Not too much, Tim. Another good night. I mean, there's
one pick, and it was a great pick.
I mean, again, I really the whole negative Pat Leonard thing, and again, I could care less what beat writers say. Shit doesn't bother me. I don't care. His style is to be the negative beat writer. I agree that Houston made sure to get in front of the Giants, and they get in front of the Giants because they're not sitting in the room with Shane and Harbaugh. They don't know what the Giants board looks like.
What's on the board?
They don't know.
They have no idea.
To say, whoa, they jumped the Giants and you don't know if the Giants wanted McDonald. And by the way, even if they did, they didn't have the draft capital to do the swap, and they're not going to give up a fourth to go and get. It was a smart move. Stay tight. Take the best guy on your board. He's at a position in need. He's scheme versatile. He's a good fit for what we want to do. And even if he doesn't start week one, I fully expect him to be starting by halfway through the season.
Yeah. I mean, all the picks to me are smart picks. All the picks are football picks. All the picks in some regards are tone setters on both sides of the ball. And three of them potentially could be plug and play guys.
You know what else I noticed? They're all young.
Yeah. Well,
there's no
25-year-old draft. When you draft people,
there's a lot of older guys in this draft, like that kid Stutes from Arizona who rocketed up the board. He's 25 years old.
Yeah.
The kid out of Miami that's a slot corner, he's 24 years old. There's a lot of older guys in this draft because of NIL and the COVID year. This is the last year that the COVID year guys.
Yep. You're right.
So for the Giants, they're getting all guys that are young. There's more ability for them to mature and develop. When you draft a 25-year-old, physically he's not getting any better. You got what you got. When you draft a 20-year-old, physically he'll get better. Arvell Reese, he'll be 255 by the time he fully matures. And he already brings the violent hands. So for those that were complaining if we drafted Sonny Styles that he doesn't bring it as far as physicality, as far as going to tackle, well, we got the other guy. He brings it. He's a physical tackler. Be happy.
He's a guy that he's a guy that if you take a look at it was ranked in most boards as the number one defensive player off the board.
Yeah.
You got him at 5, and the consensus best offensive tackle in this draft, you got at 10.
Yeah. Who complains when you get guys on sale, especially pristine items? You know, you get potential one-of-ones and you get them on sale. What are you complaining about? Oh, we got another. You can, first of all, he ain't playing edge out of the box here.
No.
Second of all, you can never have enough edges. You never have enough guys to rush the passer. They tell you, I mean, are you guys Giant fans? Have you not seen what the Giants do? When they win, they have a lot of pass rushers.
Well, the problem is also that he's not an edge. In my mind, he is an inside linebacker. He's not a guy. He is what Giant fans thought Abdul Carter was going to be.
Hey, when you draft a guy like this, you get the guy at 5 that should have went at 2. So you got him on sale. He's potentially one-of-one. And, oh, yeah, your coach already has a plan for how to play him. It's not like he brought him in and said, well, we really don't know what to do with him, but we got him. No, They have a plan for exactly how they're going to use him. So brilliant, A++++ right there. anybody that's a Giant content creator that doesn't like it should probably go cover another team because they just don't understand how this all works.
Well, they probably should just go cover like hockey.
All right, that's fine because they don't understand how football works.
No, they don't get football. All right, guys, I'm gonna check out of here because it's late. And I do have to get up early tomorrow, and I was up early and late last night. Joe, and your final thoughts, do you think the Giants trade back up into the third round?
I don't see it now. I mean, there's no Tibbs trade. I think there's a possibility, but it would cost you – I think it would cost you more than one of the sixes, and I just don't think they have enough pieces. So I think unless there's somebody they're absolutely in love with, they may trade very late into the third if they can get away with just a six. If not, they're gonna stay at the top of the fourth, maybe move up from 105 if there's a guy they like at the beginning of day 3. But so far, they're doing a masterful job. They're getting plug-and-play pieces. The only slight criticism I have, I still would have preferred Caleb Downs. But, hey, I'm not the guys making the decisions. I'm not in their war room. I don't have to coach these guys. I don't make these decisions. It's splitting hairs. They've done a masterful job so far. Let's see how it pans out.
All right, now we're going to drop Joe off because I'm going to say goodnight. That is the venerable Joe Spano coming in quick with the Spano spot. As Robert says, don't worry, man. The draft has so random. I felt which team he wants to be at. It's hard to double check. 63rd pick, the Seattle Seahawks select Bud Clark per a source. Guys, it's been fun tonight. I'm going to kick out early. I'm a little tired. And, you know, we've said it a million times. Hold on wait a minute.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
I want to thank everyone that hung in. I want to thank the 500 and whatever people that are still watching us over on X. I want to thank all the people that watch us on YouTube. It's been a fun night. We will see everyone back on Sunday. I'm going to take the day off tomorrow and enjoy the rain. Hope everyone has yourselves a good, safe night. Just remember, guys, get off the ledge. The Giants did well. We're all good. And like we've said it before, we are closer to a 9-win team than we are on a 4-win team. And I think 9 wins get you to the playoffs. We will see everyone Sunday at 10. Good night, everyone. Good night, says Joe Spano. Good night, everyone. Have yourself a great evening. And as always, this is Tim, this is your Giants Straight Talk, brought to you by the Mighty FanDuel. It's FanDuel.com, #1 sportsbook in America. And I'm out of here.
That motherfucker must have lost his goddamn mind.